Hello, everyone, and welcome. It's Wednesday night, and it's Saltmarsh Legend night on the Important for the Wayward Gamer. I'm Jay, your GM, also known as Neopet3 on the socials. Enough about me. Let us introduce our wonderful players, and we're going to start. Actually, we're going to start with Jim and then go around in the clockwise. So, Jim, who are you playing tonight?
So Jim Huckmer1 on Twitter, playing Glassstock Steelcloak, the Dwarven Warrior.
The Dwarven Warrior, yes.
Notice I don't say fighter, I say warrior.
Yeah, he's a warrior extraordinaire, I believe is the correct terminology that we might be using for him. Excellent, excellent. Thank you. Jeff, who are you playing?
I'm Jeff, and I'm playing Aviro Starborn. He's our high elf wizard who doesn't want to be here.
Not because he doesn't like adventuring, but he's just, he's a bookworm, right?
But also doesn't like adventuring.
If it's any consolation, Jeff, Glassstock doesn't want him there either.
Thank you, Jeff.
Oh, gosh.
Carrie, who are you playing tonight?
Yeah, I am Carrie, and I play Brynziel Broadriver. You can call me Bryn, and I do want to be here. So, there.
It's perfect. That is very perfect. Well, as I'm looking at my mic, and since I'm doing a mic check this time and making sure that everything is good, because we had a little technical difficulty in episode 1, because we're noobs at times. We're professionals. Yeah, we're professional streamers, and we never have any issues whatsoever. So there's been it looks like everything's working. So we're ready to rock and roll. Where we left off first. I don't have any announcements right now. We'll get some later on, but let's dive in right away. So last we left off, our wonderful characters, our wonderful players and their characters delivered a nice crate of something smelly. They were chased by what is presumed to be a black dragon.
No, it wasn't black dragon.
Oh, God. I remember.
No presumed. It was a real dragon.
It was a dragon. It was attracted to the
alleged. It was a dragon.
Pucker level, their sphincter pucker level that was a little high on that one.
A snare drum.
I still love the fact that, Carrie, you were like, Jay, we are first level. You know that, right?
Yeah. Like the dragon swoops and you feel the wind and you're like, excuse me.
What? Did it attack? No. Is it a story? Yes.
It gave one hell of a ball fake. That's all I'm going to say.
Carrie just has a problem with dragons right now because both of her campaigns have a dragon involved in them right now.
That's very true.
So many dragons.
Yes, so many dragons.
Who would expect you would ever encounter a dragon in a game called Dungeons and Dragons?
Exactly.
Who would have thunk?
But you finished your delivery to the lizard
Embassy.
Embassy. There's the word I'm looking for because my brain isn't working completely. So Embassy came in, and then you got paid at the Adventurers Guild, and now you're looking. You looked at some jobs, but you know what? You're going to find your little place to stay and you go over to the Wicked Goat, and there the tavern and the inn. As you walk in, and this we recap as the camera opens up as the three of you walk into this tavern. It's later in the evening. It's around dinner time since you've been, and it's bustling. There's a lot of people going. There's adventurers here. There's some there's commoners in here drinking. There's some music playing in the background. There's a bard playing a lute. There's a lot of different things going on. There's plenty of waitstaff. This is a large tavern, but it's old. The thing to remember, this has probably been around since the creation of Saltmarsh, or at least 100, 200 years. This thing, been probably around. But it's had some remodels and some updates, but it's just, you could still feel the boards creak a little bit as you walk in, and you could still smell that loft, that wood smell of ale that's been sitting there for weeks upon years, and that stain, and the food and people are bustling around, and there's adventurers in here. And the one thing that I mentioned last time as you walked in is you're looking at the decor on the main wall. Across, when you first walk in, across the room, you see this big mural of some adventurers, and it's got 5 adventurers on it. They're standing there. Some of them it's a little bit aged. Like I said, it looks like a painting that's several decades old. So it's not 100%. It's got a little bit of age to it. And you clearly see the AG signature at the bottom. And one of the things that you notice, it's called Legends of Saltmarsh.
Oh, it's cool.
You come into the Wicked Goat and everything else, the bars there, there's several. And as you're kind of looking around, surprisingly, there's 1 or 2 different tables available. A smaller one for your sides, and then there's a larger one kind of in back. There's some rooms, some private rooms for meetings, so to speak. What would you like to do when you come in?
Is this the same place that we're going to stay tonight, or is this a different?
You were going to look at staying
Yes.
tonight, yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. Avira wants a bath.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah. And that is possible.
Well, that's the first thing he's doing, is having a bath. Or getting his room and then having a bath.
Bryn wants a drink, and she wants to try to swindle some people at dice or cards or something.
There is a few games kind of happening. There's some dagger darts board over in the corner. There's not so much dice, but you probably maybe you see a large 6-foot human bartender making sure and kind of getting the drinks up on there with a little apron, a little bit on the muscular. He's older. He's got a little bit of a gray looking beard on him, kind of shorter, brownish hair with a little bit of those silver highlights in there. Up in the age, but he's still quite fit and running the place. And that's what you can see at the bar. And as you kind of walk in, where would you like to go?
The bar.
Yeah.
I want to go to the bar immediately.
I think we should get our rooms and then just relax for a little while. I think we more than deserve it.
Okay. So you approach the bar. There's maybe 1 or 2 seats available. As someone kind of moves, so there's not all 3 of them there. It's a little cramped, but you can sit. 2 of you can sit down immediately, and
stand.
The bartender kind of comes over and is like, "Well, you look like you just walked in. Welcome to the Wicked Goat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Lankis, the owner of this fine establishment. What can I get you?"
A bar.
Brent's already ready to hit somebody. You can
A
tell
beer.
the tone of her voice.
You need
beer,
a bath.
please.
You need a beer. And sir, behind you, what would you like?
We need 3 rooms.
3 rooms. It's got to double check, but I think I should be able to get you. Sally. He kind of turns over. Sally, check on the room status. One needs a bath, too. And he's kind of looking at you. What's your fancy? We've got a few different ales right now. We've got the let's see, what was our menu? We've got the honey mead. We've got our regular mead. We also,
I mean, anything dark and strong. It's like I like my men, and I
Ooh.
like wink at the boys that I'm with.
There's one or two of adventurers kind of look over and they get a little gleam in their eye and they're like,
And I say under my breath so Bryn can hear it. Well, that counts a Vero out.
I laughed hard. Hero has his charms, don't you?
Do you have any dwarvish ale?
Why, of course we've got dwarvish ale. So definitely I can add that to the list. So we can get you one of those, no problem.
Could along with my bar, could I have some tea, please?
And he kind of he stops for a second. And he's
So
looking at
precious.
you.
Oh, sweet summer child.
Hot tea, please.
You want
Sweet summer child.
El Bay on that one or some greenish tea?
El Bay? I'm not familiar with this.
Earl Bay. It's a brand.
Yes.
Oh. Herbal tea, please.
El Bay is an herbal tea, but if you're looking for the generic kind,
I'm just not familiar
The
with
Maya
this
brand.
El Bay. I suppose I'll try it. Sure. If you recommend, do you recommend? Is it flowery?
kind of looking at you for a second.
I slide the bartender a gold piece and say, just humor him.
He kind of looks over at you for a second and he's like, And as he's kind of he's intently looking at you, Averio. As he's grabbing, he goes over and starts pouring a drink and then just slides it as he's just intently looking at you, grabs the dwarven ale, like not even looking at the ale. He knows exactly what he's pouring. And as you look, you're like concerned for a second, like, is he pouring the right one? And he's like, because he just knows. But he's intently looking at you the entire time. And then he grabs over a cup and puts it lightly, not hard, but puts it on, goes over, flips up something, grabs a tea bag, puts it down. Sarah, some water for this man, hot. And just kind of sits back for a second. What did you say your name was?
Aviro Starborn. I'm from Waterdeep.
Starborn. You look very familiar. Very familiar. Have you been here before?
He looks around. I don't believe so.
Are you sure?
Aviro ain't been anywhere before, have you?
I've been a couple places, but not on this side of the ocean.
Into Waterdeep, into the library in Waterdeep.
Really?
Do you have a library here?
There is a library here, yes, in one of the temples. But you say Stormborn, right?
No, Starborn.
Starborn, right. An elven name named Starborn. Right?
Yes? I'm sorry, is there an issue? Is there a problem? Everything all right?
All right, I'll be back. After your bath, we'll get your rooms, but after your bath, you come back here and sit right here. Okay?
All right.
We'll get you foods and ales, right?
I want to do an insight check on this guy. If he's gonna hurt Aviro, I want to do something.
Oh, please do.
About it. Insight check.
Insight it.
The insight check I got was a 17.
Ooh.
I also happen to have thieves' cant if he's doing any kind of wink, wink, nod, nod bullshit.
Nope, he's not doing any
Wink, wink, nod, nod.
All right.
There's no wink, wink, nod, nod bullshit. What you're picking up is he has seen someone that looks just like him, or he thinks he does. And the name, an elf named Starborn, rings a bell to him. Something about the name and something about an elf name with that last name
Starborn.
is ringing something in him, and he can't.
Okay.
He doesn't know exactly, but he knows where to find out. That's what you also
Huh.
pick up. So he's like,
Perhaps you attended my lecture on advanced thermatology at the Blackstaff Tower in Waterdeep. I gave it about 8 months ago.
no,
No?
I
As
work
Aviro's
here.
kind of going on, as he's going on and on, I pull Aviro in close. I'm like, oi, I think he knows your family or something. If you want us to be with you when you re-meet him in this very spot, just let us know. I'll probably still be down here drinking, if I'm being honest with myself.
All right. Thanks. Let's. That.
And so Sarah, the one of the waitresses named Sarah, she's a gnome, and
Aw.
with a nice red hair pulled back in a bun, with an apron outfit, she's holding up a Landis. So like, yep, take this one to take his bath. Take him over, and the rooms. Yeah, we've got 3 rooms. All right, give him all 3 of the rooms. Let me know which rooms they are. Yes, of course. And she pours the tea, and she grabs the tea and says, "This way, sir, this way," and leads you
Oh my
upstairs.
I love her already.
I follow.
And she
With my overlay.
and she
How
takes you upstairs to the second floor where there's like a series of like 4 private baths, and there's probably maybe 10 to 12 rooms here on the second floor. Some of them are party wise, some of them are individual, some of them are 2, but they've picked out, since you asked for 3 and you have 3, they're single rooms in this process. But they're in the bathroom area, there's a changing area, and then there's a hot bath. Surprisingly, at this time of night, the baths are pretty set with some of the staff, because a lot of people get done adventuring and they want to take a bath. So it was already set for you.
Cool.
So I asked the barkeep, so how much are the rooms?
We'll get to that in a moment, when your friend gets back from his bath, and I need to look something up. Keep drinking there.
Well, then pour my friend and I another, and we shall.
Yes. And one of the other things, give me a perception check.
Both of us or just him?
Both of you that are sitting at the bar.
Well, we know how well my perception is in Sunday nights. Let's see what happens tonight. 7. There we go.
I got a 14. I doubled you up.
Well, your passive perception does kick in a little bit, but I
Okay.
just wanted to make sure that how well you're perceiving. So actually, Bryn notices this better
My
than
passive is a 12.
Yes. So you're going to notice Bryn kind of seeing this, and that's where a lot of this is going to kind of kick in, so to speak. I got to find my info here.
Maybe switching to real dice here soon.
That's
I never use those digital dice, bro. Computer science 101. Computers can't do random numbers. FYI. What? My professor for computer science 110 sucked, but that's the one thing I remember. Computers can't do random numbers.
Yeah, I've heard that too. All right, I need just a moment to find my information that I thought I had right up. But
So while you're doing that, Bryn is kind of like, as she's just kind of taking this all in, she's sort of like looking around and sort of trying to get a measure of this bar and its patrons, and kind of unbeknownst to really anybody, she's kind of looking for a sucker. Like
Okay.
she's looking for somebody who would play cards.
He's taking a
and-
bath right now.
yeah,
Yeah.
he is.
Zing! Jim's on tonight, everybody. Let's go.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
She's looking for a sucker. She wants to cheat somebody out of some money.
Okay, we'll get another
okay.
perception check later on to find that out. But the one
That's
thing that you
fine.
do notice, which I found in my notes, you do find this, and you notice this as you're sitting at the bar. You kind of look at so the bar has a lot of drinks on it, and there's different information. There's some pictures here and there. The interesting thing is that there is a small section behind the bar, on a shelf, a series of books. And there's just different books. Some of them might be like cooking books. There's a tale, a realm book. So they're just kind of there. Some of them they've got the spine and the information on them. Some of them don't. But the one thing that you truly notice is that kind of on the end, there is an ocean blue, looks like a notebook or a journal that has gray accents on it or colors to it. And on the one that you can kind of see, since it's kind of laying on the back of it, there's some claw marks on it. And the interesting thing is it's made from an animal hide. And you're not sure what the type of hide, but it's a strange journal or book sitting on there. Not too big, but it's just unusual.
Okay.
And it's dyed blue.
It's ocean blue, and it's got some gray accents to it, but it's definitely made from a hide of a creature. If you'd like to give me a nature check, you could kind of try to determine what the animal is. Both you can, because after you can.
Got a nat 20 nature check.
Woo!
Damn.
It is made.
I got an 8.
You got an 8. You look
Good
at
try.
it and you're like, "That's a bullion.
That's a book.
Sure is.
That's a
That's a what?
Bullion.
Bulliet? How do you spell that?
Bule. Yeah.
Bullet.
The land shark.
Land shark.
Oh,
It's
okay.
made from a land shark that
Boy.
got dyed ocean blue, and it's got some accents on it. But the interesting thing you notice is it's got a claw mark on the back page of it, on the back cover.
Hey, Keep, could you come over here real quick?
The bartender or the owner and stuff, he's like going, just a moment, and he's kind of helping some other stuff. And within a minute or two, he kind of comes back and he's like, another round of food, I'm assuming too.
Yes, if you have mozzarella sticks, I would love that. Red sauce.
Yes.
And ranch too.
Yep.
But also,
Ranch?
of course, I'm from Michigan. I mean, wait, crossing the streams. Real quick, those books behind the bar there, are they to like check out? Are they for entertainment purposes?
No, my personal private treasures, you could call them. Some of my antiques.
Well, and I kind of like slide a silver piece towards him. I'm like, I wouldn't be buying it, but could I just look at that one for a couple minutes while I'm having my drink here?
Kind of
I'm
looking.
going to be spending a lot of money in here. I've already had 3 drinks and I'm a little tipsy.
He's looking at you.
Wait, she said 3? Give me another.
Bryn's got hollow legs, dude. I'll bring you under the table.
And as he's kind of looking at you as he slides another dwarven ale in front of you, you're not going to be stealing that, are you?
Of course not.
You're
I
not
don't
going
like
to be
books that
taking that
much.
from this location, are you?
No. No.
I've got your word on that.
Hand to Besmara, I will not be taking that book out of this bar. I'm sure it's not any good.
It's not really that type of book. 5 minutes, and it goes back on the shelf.
And then I slide the silver a little closer to him. I'm like, 5 minutes sounds terrific.
And he pulls it off the shelf and sets it in front of you.
And I'm looking at it, and I want to like specifically, what the first thing I do is I want to look at those claw marks a little closer.
The claw marks in there is definitely deepened into it. It's hard to tell what caused those claw marks. But what you find interesting is that on the front page, it's a journal. And on the inside, there's a written that says Luzia, Lazuli.
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 Got it.
And
Okay.
it's a journal of monsters hunted.
Wow. So I guess Bryn is just kind of trying to like take like kind of mental notes. Would this be like an investigation check to
Probably.
like kind of try to quickly like memorize this stuff? Or
So actually, it's not it's a basilisk hide. My mistake. It is made of a
Basilisk.
basilisk,
Oh,
not a
okay.
bulliet. So it is a basilisk
Okay.
hide with a claw mark on
Damn.
the back. So it's
Wow.
a ocean blue book with gray accents painted on it, made from a basilisk hide. And it is a
Hallmark's basilisk.
monster. It's a monster
Monsters Hunted.
hunter's notes.
Wow.
And it's poorly
Cool.
written. And there might be some poetry as you're going through it in there as well.
Is it good poetry?
Ode to a Bule.
I'm going to come back to you with that answer.
Okay.
Okay.
That's my love letter to you sons of bitches that were going to kill off my bloodline the other night. You're welcome. Sorry.
Spoiler! Bing!
This is fun. Sorry, I apologize. Great, cool. I'm just kind of flipping through this book and
There's, it's,
honestly enjoying it as I enjoy my ale.
and there's a lot of information in here, just of just different stuff of journaling.
Cool,
of,
it's interesting.
yeah. So, yeah. During this 5 minutes of looking at this, Steel Cloak, you're sitting there, you're drinking up, you're kind of looking at the bar.
I'm surveying the crowd.
Yeah.
Is there anybody that's trying to show off in like an arm wrestling match or anything?
No, surprisingly not. Tonight, since kind of midweek, it's relatively tame. There's, like I said, it's a fun atmosphere, but it's not a competitive atmosphere, so to speak.
Oh, okay. Damn it.
Mhm.
All right. Well, I'll go and I'll wander away from the bar since Bryn is nose deep in a book, which has no interest for me.
Mhm.
So I'll wander over to where the bard is playing, and if there's a chair available, I'll sit down and put my feet up and just sit and listen to him.
Okay. Yeah, he's doing okay. Like I said, he's well, let's see how good he is doing. Because I can randomly roll a d20, and he's sucking.
Ugh.
He is sucking big time. And whatever the course might be, so it was definitely the one that was playing when you walked in, stepped aside, and this one just happened to start doing it, and it's like, and he's a first level bard. He's trying to do his stuff. People are heckling him. He's all nervous in this process, and it's a human of human male. He's not very dressed very nice or anything. Definitely first level, and he's just trying, and he's all nervous, and his compatriots are trying to like boost him up, and there's a heckler or two in the background, and then as he's doing it, his string breaks.
Aww.
And he's just like, he's done, and just walks off and walks out of the tavern, and his group kind of follows him out. And there's a group of adventurers in the back. Good riddance! And they're just kind of drinking up and just kind of having a grand old time, just being jerks. But then, because of the wonder of the process, someone else comes up and just starts giving a little bit of a song with some bagpipes, low song with bagpipes.
There we go.
And
real
he's
music.
nailing
I think
it.
that's a misnomer. There's no such thing as a low song with bagpipes.
It's like,
there is a deafening. Just kidding.
Yeah. And he's nailing it. Absolutely nailing it. And the surprising thing, it's a barbarian that's a half orc barbarian that's just getting this. Normally you think belting it, but he's just basic, small, kind of low, and he looks over at the group that was heckling him, and as he's doing his sound, suddenly the sound kind of entrances them a little bit. And
awesome.
And it's just like basically is like, you're an asshole. And they're like, we're assholes. And everyone in the bar just starts laughing. And like, what just happened? Oh, hey.
Nice.
So there was a little bit of
Phenomenal.
just revenge as the half orc bagpipist kind of came in.
Wow.
Aviro,
Awesome.
Aviro, you take your bath. Are you taking a half hour bath? You get all cleaned up.
Half an hour. Half an hour. An hour is just indulgent.
Yep. So you get
It's a
cleaned.
weeknight.
You're getting your good. You get relaxed. You feel so clean.
It's just indulgent.
Yeah. You
I
get
love Aviro.
Aviro is my favorite, dude. He is my favorite. Sarah is my favorite NPC. Aviro is my favorite PC. This is the standings as yet.
So you get changed. You feel so good now. You feel relaxed. You feel like you're a new man. You like you're back in the before you just on your way to the library, and you're able to go back
as I'm soaking in the bath
with your tea.
with my tea across the room. I have hung a small board. I'm using Mage Hand to hold this board up, and I hold my hands up. I got my tea in one hand. I hold my hand up, and a small flash of light and a dart appears, and I'm just throwing darts at this board, and then I Mage Hand it. Oh no, I called minor conjuration. So minor conjuration with darts, and I'm just throwing them because every time I conjure one, the other one goes away.
Okay.
Chink, and I'm just relaxing, throwing darts casually as I'm in the bath, sipping my tea.
Okay. Bryn,
and then I get out.
Bryn and Steelcloak, the one thing you do notice is that on the back wall, he takes a book off one of the shelves and goes around. He goes into the back, and he starts looking up. And he goes in the back. He comes back and sets the book on top, like he went and was checking some information out. And then he comes back and he's giving some drinks and stuff like that. And then about this time, Aviro, you come back to the bar. He's like,
I find my friends, or at least I find Bryn.
Oh, you find Bryn at the bar, and then you can see Steelcloak over in the listening to the bagpipes.
To the music. All right, I bring my tea mug. Oh no, it's long empty. Never mind. I sit down and I try and get the barmaid's attention to order another tea.
Yep, she's like,
Aviro, do you drink? Yeah.
Yes, this tea's lovely.
No, Aviro, do you drink alcohol?
Oh,
You drink.
I drink this tea. I've not really.
Have you ever tried liquor before? You can even have it with your tea.
I mean, I've tried a few. There's not been much that's agreed with me.
I kind of like. I'm.
Come on, hot toddy.
I was Britta's sort of feeling it right now, and she doesn't want to impose, but she like puts like a hand on his chest, and she goes,
"Ow,
Aviro,
Ow.
Are you opposed?" Didn't hit you that hard. Are you opposed to drinking? Because if you say you don't want to be a drinking person, then I will back off. But
I'm not opposed to it on principle. I've just not found anything that agrees with me.
I just the thing. Would you try something if I bought you something?
Yes, in the spirit of camaraderie.
Yes, great. And I kind of like give like almost a mischievous look over at Glassdock, and I call the bartender over, or Sarah or anybody who's around.
So, Lankus, the owner, comes up and he's like, "I think your friend is back." Yes.
Yes. First of all, I'm done with this book. Thank you so much for letting me borrow it.
No problem.
Book? What book? I wasn't aware of a book. What kind of book? What's
the
it?
5 minutes is up. Also, I would like a hot toddy for him. If you have any honey rum in that tea shit that he was drinking, if you could mix that all together and then give it to him. Not too much now. He's a little bit of a lightweight.
Let me guess. First time?
What?
I look over at Aviro. It's not his first time, I don't think.
But
But
definitely his you're celebrating.
It's not his fifth. It's not his 50th.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
I've got something, a special occasion. But before we do that, he needs to answer a few questions.
A test. Oh, excellent. I love tests.
He loves surveys.
You might like this one. You might not. So you say your name is Starborn,
Yes.
and you're an elf from Waterdeep.
Yes.
You look very familiar. I still can't put my finger on it. But
You sure you wanted my lecture on advanced thaumaturgy?
no, it's something else. But here's the information. Your father. What city and profession is he?
What city does he live in? What city is he
Yes.
from?
Mhm.
Waterdeep, and he's a jewel smith, or he works with he works for a jewel smith. He's one of the crafters.
I want to do an insight check on a Vero. Can I do that?
Yes, you can.
I want to see if he is being made like uncomfortable by and I don't know. Never mind.
Player, this is GM to player question. Was he a jeweler or a blacksmith?
I was trying to remember.
Okay.
I don't remember.
I want to say your mother
maybe,
was the jeweler and your father was
right.
the blacksmith.
That's right.
Okay,
that's right.
So that's
maybe,
GM.
yeah,
So getting back,
they
he's
both,
like,
they both. That's what it was. They both work for a very highly skilled elven blacksmith. My father was one of the actual under blacksmiths, and my mother did the jewel inlay and enchanting stuff. That's right.
That's right.
Wow.
So he comes back and he's like, so your father, or what is the city and profession of his?
Waterdeep blacksmith.
Ah, you have passed. You are part of the Starborns that have. Yes, you are one of those Starborns. I thought I knew. You look just like him. But
Like who?
yes, you just look exactly like him. Ha! Celebrations are about. Your rooms are.
Do you know my father?
Not that I can say. I personally don't, but the tavern does. And
The tavern knows my father. He looks up and he asks. He looks at the wood.
And he
at the
looks
bar.
over.
Excuse me. Do you know my father? Building.
He looks over at Brent. Is he this thick?
I kind of like, I shrug and I'm like,
Here's the deal, youngling. Your rooms are free. Your breakfast meals are free. But I'll share a little secret. That's on the house. A little secret. As part of this tavern, we new owners, which I've owned this place for a long time, but this tavern has seen many owners over the years. We agree to one rule when we take over ownership of this tavern. And that rule is people in that book and their families get free room and board, always. This was part of the Saltmarsh when it was just a village, and when this was just a tavern in its infancy. Over the years, people in this book have done great things for the Wicked Goat. And because of this, their family members get free room and board for life. You have passed, and you are part of that family. Welcome! So it must have been one of your relatives, maybe your father, I guess. Someone in your family has provided great success to here. I don't, but you looks familiar somehow. So, welcome to the Wicked Goat.
oh.
That's cracking good news.
I kind of look over at Glassstock and I kind of like lean down and I'm just like, we owe him something now. I feel
Glassstock stands up on his seat and says, "Round of drinks on the house!" and points at a Vero and says, "The elf is paying!"
yeah, amazing.
All right.
Do Do people cheer?
Yes, there's a lot of cheering in there. You have
Awesome.
just made a lot of friends in the tavern.
Yes.
And you're
yes.
probably
That'd be
looking
an
at
excellent drink.
And I walk up and slap a Vero on the back and say, "See, now you have friends."
and you're looking at least 50 gold, if not more.
Okay.
Oh, don't worry, I'm going to help pay for it.
Okay.
So
I'm not. I'm going to start trying to cheat people out of cars.
Which we're
Like, well,
we're coming up to that. Give me a perception roll as the drinks start flowing.
Everybody, perception roll.
Nope, just
I got a
no, just Bryn. Bryn's the one looking for a patsy.
nat 1.
Oh
you
no!
found one.
Way to
Oh,
go,
boy.
Carrie. Way to keep that streak alive, baby.
Yep. You found
Yeah,
one.
An all over kind of night. I'm having the opposite of a bell curve.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah,
great. I found one.
You found
yes.
one, and he's like, and he's just kind of he's playing. He's kind of like these are. He's kind of like dropping the dice, and he's kind of like,
What an idiot.
yeah.
Of
Oh,
course I'm going to go for him like a shark. I smell blood in the water. I
exactly.
go.
And he's just kind of looking at it like going,
Is he looking an awful lot like Woody Harrelson?
yes. We're gonna say yes. We'll say yes. Yeah.
Of course. Perfect.
And it's got a nice hat. He's just, just basic clothes. He's got a nice short sword on him. And he's just kind of like, he looks like maybe a sorcerer. He's got some arcane stuff on him, but he's just kind of like, you say the dice, you roll the dice and the symbols on them come up, you bet and you win. That's just amazing. I've never seen something like this. And he's just kind of doing this, and
It's all just
So-
salt in the wound. I go up wholeheartedly and I want to
so-
play with him.
Jay,
Yes.
after I dump 25 gold pieces on the bar in front of a Vero and give him a wink,
yeah.
I walk over to Bryn and I pat her on the back and I say to her, good luck, lass. You're going to need it. And I cast guidance and she gets a D4 that she gets to add to her
Thanks,
ability check.
bud.
Okay.
Thank you.
Definitely.
It will need it.
Alrighty. So are you gonna basically try to play some dice with this guy over a period of time?
I want to play. Yeah, I want to play dice with him. Yeah.
What is your
guess I do.
strategy to win money off of him? Are you giving him
Honestly,
the slow rollover to get him wind at the end, or what?
Bryn is playing the game that he is probably playing, which is that she doesn't know what she's doing at first.
Okay.
And then she will eventually like start playing.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
She has a couple of like tricks from when she was young. Like she like holds it a little extra long in her palm, so it tends to stick that side down a little bit more often. And like
Got it.
just like little stuff like that, intentionally roll it into a little puddle of ale on the table so it really like thunk, like sticks, little things like that. And she's trying to gain the upper hand here.
Just an FYI, the guidance only lasts for 1 minute.
That's fine.
Oh God, I'm doing all this
So,
very quickly.
You're gonna get guidance on your first roll,
Okay.
and then on your second, we're gonna do 2 rolls.
Okay.
So the first roll and then the second roll. So go
Okay.
ahead and give me what would we want to roll on this? It's not persuasion. It's dexterity
Deception.
Probably dex.
Probably
yeah.
deception.
or deception.
Or well, it could be a
If you're trying to
combo.
fake something.
You could have me roll a
Maybe sleight of hand too.
Sleight of hand.
Deception.
Actually,
Yeah.
I would say sleight of hand. Sleight of hand.
okay.
Go with the sleight of hand.
So I will. That's an 18 sleight of hand.
Okay.
With,
So
with the D4?
Aha, 22. Oh, sorry.
There
never
we go.
mind.
All right.
Sorry, not a D4. That is a 21.
Well, okay.
So you start winning. So this is exactly you start playing. He's winning a little bit, and then you start winning again, and you make your move, and you are like, oh yes, I'm doing it, I'm getting it, and then make your next roll.
Okay. Another sleight of hand.
Another sleight of hand. That one.
You didn't. Oh my God, Carrie.
He rolled a
Same
31.
total.
Oh shit.
I couldn't have gotten that anyway. Fuck off. Mathematically, I couldn't have gotten that. I'm sorry. Sorry, PG.
Actually,
That's our one
actually, it's a
F-bomb for the
20.
show.
I brought it back down to 29.
Oh,
Oh,
thanks.
well, gee, yeah.
So-
that makes it so much better.
So
Like you didn't get in a car accident at 180, you got in it at 165.
exactly. So basically, you
least
felt
the
like you
airbags went off
had
this time.
him. You played this guy. You made that big bet, and just as you're about to grab that, you're just about to grab the money and pull it back, like you put the dice down, like I won, and then he was like, "Wait a minute, I get one more roll because of this particular rule," and he rolls it, and he rolls the best hand in the world possible, and he just takes all the money, and you realize he just completely played you.
And then I walk over and hand Bryn another beer, and I tap her on the back and say, "Yeah," and then I walk away.
I don't say anything. I just kind of like tip it as he goes away. I'm so pissed I can't even see straight.
This party has got to be nat ones because this is wow.
Oh, we are leading the way.
Yes, you are leading
We
the-
are the nat ones.
I would like to know what player is leading the way because it might be me.
Oh
and
no,
that's
it
the
is
only
you.
It
I'm
is you.
winning.
It is you. Yes, it definitely is you.
We need to keep a scoreboard somewhere on
I
the
will.
Imperium.
I will go back and I will do a scoreboard for this.
Please do.
So, here's the question though: between 40 and 60 gold, how much did you lose?
I don't have that much.
Oh, how much do you have? You just got
No,
paid.
no, you got paid
You
100.
got paid
Oh, I
100.
forgot.
So
about
actually,
that.
how
Sorry,
much
I
were
forgot
you
we got
losing?
paid.
So you're losing at least 30 gold.
Well, okay, so let's so
See,
if
now
I'm
I don't
losing
feel
at
so
least
bad
30
saying
gold,
that we were gonna buy drinks for the house because we only lost 25 each. So
Okay.
there.
So tell you what I'm gonna do. So how about I roll two? How about I roll two? Let's see. I could do like a 4d10
40
and
10.
see
Give
how
me a
much.
40 10.
Would that be fair?
Completely
Okay.
fair.
All right, that's 2 plus 2, and plus 11 is 15. That's not bad.
That's not terrible. But you basically, yeah, you lost 15 gold. So that's still a good amount of gold. But you
Got a nat 20 on the first one.
Yeah.
I feel like that's.
oh yeah, you went you went like yeah, it was big time.
I was up.
you were
before.
oh yeah. And you
It's
lost.
fine.
I mean, you probably doubled that and then completely went down. So
Oh God, that is the worst
yes,
feeling
you
ever.
doubled a triple, you doubled that and then got basically completely so you were up 30 if not more.
Gambling addiction? Please call 1-800. God bless America. Okay,
It's
so I
like
had
when
115. I lost.
Lando and Han are playing.
That's exactly what I was looking at.
Like Sabak.
Yeah,
Oh,
the very first
Yep.
time. Yeah.
Oh, I should have just walked away. I
Should've-
should have just walked away.
So the other thing that you notice throughout the night is that there are two other situations that kind of not situations. Two other things occur during while the evening before you retire for your evening. In the tavern, a lot of people are talking. Like I said, there's a lot of conversations. There's a lot of joys. People are having fun. You see, you notice there is a human male in his late 20s, maybe early 30s, probably more in his late 20s, dressed in a darker mage-like robes with several pockets and tubes. Clearly, he's probably an alchemist of some sort. And and the other reason why you notice this is he's tinkering with a box of an unusual design and make on the table in the corner. And he's by himself in the corner, and that's what kind of stands out. Everyone's having fun, but he's in a table by himself, just kind of tinkering with this box and kind of making it work and stuff like that.
Did he get a drink when we offered a round of drinks for the house?
No.
Or was he just okay?
No.
Good question. Yep.
Nope, he did not.
Good.
He's focusing on this. He's got some wine that he's drinking as well.
Alright.
And in the course, and he's been doing this for like several hours. And then towards the middle of the evening, a group of adventurers walk in. And they're like, yeah, they're gonna get some. They're like, to go, please, to go. And they get some food and some drinks, and they go over to this individual, probably an alchemist, and he's like, and they start talking about stuff, and they're having an exchange, and it seems to be a positive exchange. But their adventurer he's a little bit on the, I wouldn't say timid, but he's just kind of like, I'm working on this, and you're good.
He's on the Aviro part of the scale as opposed
I
to the
swear to
Bryn part
God,
of the
I
scale.
was just about to say that. He's on the Aviro end of the spectrum.
No, he's
100%.
actually much closer than the Avero. He's more mid, but he's just kind of like, he's focused on here, but then he's like, you could tell that he's paying them to do a job, and he gives them the box, this device, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna get it. And then he's like, all right, and then the adventurers get their food, get a drink to go, and then they leave. And then he goes up to a room upstairs. That's one of the things you notice. The other thing, yes.
I was going to say, can we say before those adventurers came in? Because we would have noticed him there for a while, correct?
Probably.
So if he didn't get a drink when everybody else did, I'm going to lean over to Aviro and say, the gentleman in the corner seems like your kind of person to talk to. Perhaps you should bring him a glass of wine.
Okay, cool. Question: has Aviro finished his tea, his hot toddy?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
And you're going to give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Yeah,
Okay,
liquid courage.
So I rolled a d12 and I did a high-low. If I roll high, he's not drunk. If I roll low, he is drunk. Well, I rolled a nat 1 on this d12. So trashed.
Yeah, he's trashed.
Oh God, Don.
Trash. So indeed, I shall bring him a glass of wine, maybe 5. How about 5? More's better than.
How about just one? And let's start there.
How about just one? Because 1 is a perfectly acceptable number of drinks that one should have at any particular time. Indeed, I think you're really great, Glassdog. Have I told you this? I really like the whole way you dress and the braiding in your beard. I've always been fascinated with the way dwarves braid their beards. Is it an ancestral thing? Do your family have a
I don't braid my beard
pattern?
Vero, I don't braid.
Oh, that way? All right, I'll go on now.
Why don't you go talk to your friend?
Friend.
No, go make a new friend.
You're both my friends. I have friends. And all these people are my friends. Because apparently all you have to just buy them drinks. It's great.
Can I make sure he doesn't have his coin purse with him while he's walking over there?
Yes.
That's a great idea.
Yes. No roll needed. No roll needed. Completely fine.
So he takes.
You
takes
pickpocket him
the
on the
glass.
way, and you're like, safekeeping.
Yeah.
He takes the glass and his empty hot toddy mug, and he staggers over. Hello, good sir. My friend over there says I should get. And he sloshes the wine around. Says I should give you.
He grabs
glass
the
of
wine.
Oh dear, my cup's empty.
Yes,
How did you do? I am
sir.
Vero Starboard. I am a mage of Waterdeep.
Well, that might be, but you are intoxicated and quite annoying right now.
Yes,
Can't you see
I'm also
I'm dizzy?
inebriated.
Yes. Is there something you need, sir? I'm trying to work.
What are you working on?
None of your business. If you are not my employment, just bugger off.
Well, I've never been so insulted.
Oh, you've never
today,
been insulted?
sir.
You are an
Today.
elf of ill repute. Don't bugger off. There's an insult for you.
I hear this escalating,
Yeah,
and
I
I
was
go
gonna-
over there.
I was going to say,
Have you know that Starborns have been a major family?
I grab a Vero, but I'm like, okay, I think it is time for you to go back to your room for a little bit. And I kind of like turn over my shoulder to this alchemist.
night
I'm like, I'm so sorry. He's
My word. I understand he just kind of has his liquor. No offense
can't.
taken and removed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And just goes right back to tinkering.
For the record, if we could make this right, we're a group of adventurers too. If you are looking for work, we are a group. Did we have a name?
Not yet.
Nat
We did
ones.
not pick a name
Yeah,
yet.
you're supposed to pick a name, but we'll figure that out next time.
That was our homework assignment. We didn't
I
get
thought we were
done.
the big naturals.
Yeah, either the big naturals or the nat ones.
Nat ones.
The big nat ones.
We're the nat
We're the big
ones.
natural
and we do jobs. So if you need anything and we could make this up to you, let us know. And I kind of like lead Aviro kind of away from him.
Noted. Thank you. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
And then over
Rita, what is that
I
intoxicating?
kind of like
scent
punch
coming off?
Aviro in the
Oh.
kidneys, and I'm like, you need to get control of
You're
yourself.
gonna make them throw up.
You'll be fine.
Yep.
You need to get control of yourself.
I
You're
am
acting like a
very
child.
controlled of myself. I'm still upright.
God. And I kind of like, at this point, I sort of like loop myself under Aviro's like arm, and I'm like, all right, it is time to get you to bed, my good friend. And I like pat him on the chest very gently because he's very sensitive, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Your hands are very soft. Has anyone ever told you that?
No, nobody has ever told me that in my life, in fact.
Well, it's just disappointing that no one's ever told you that. You must moisturize.
I'm just kind of laughing at this point and leading Aviro to our rooms. Are our rooms like upstairs? Like
Yeah.
what
They're,
are
they're
they?
going to be upstairs. So, with
Okay.
that being said, I need so I need each of you to roll me, all three of you. I need you to roll me
boy.
a D10.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Why?
A 1D10 for me, please. To
Why?
determine what room number you get.
Oh God.
10.
I got 7.
All right, second one.
9.
Oh yay, Avero's next door to me.
7, 9, and 10. All right.
At least he's not going to be making any noise.
Or he's across the hall, directly across the hall. So.
Are you kidding me? Avero's drunk. He's probably gonna snore.
Oh, he's gonna snore.
Oh God. If it's odds on one side, he's next to me. We'll have to decide what the layout is.
All right. So. Oh, wow.
Shut up,
Oh,
Jay.
wow. Oh, wow.
Well, do you hear the delight? Do you hear the glee
Oh, yeah.
in
Just
this
the
man's voice?
happiness.
Oh
The
wow.
happiness in my voice. I just want to.
I hear this for 3 hours on Sunday night.
I just want to confirm that Glassdoff Steel Cloak rolled a 10,
That's correct.
and that Aviro rolled a 9,
Yep.
and that a 7 was rolled by Bryn.
Yes, it was.
Excellent. Just excellent. Okay. That's perfect. So we'll get to some rolls later on in the morning, but we'll see how this goes. So you bring Aviro to his room. He's in his room. It's a nice single room. You kind of
Mhm.
drop him off in there. And what else? Yeah, he's what do you want to do?
I lay him in his bed and I just sort of like, is he still like talking? Is he still by
You
the time
know
we get
he
up there?
is.
Is he still okay? I rip his boots off of his feet and I'm like, sleep well.
So before you do that, I cast Unseen Servant, who who then helps get
Perfect.
me.
Great. Then I don't do that. And I'm just like, I kind of am watching his clothes fly off of him in like presumably. And I'm like, okay, I am heading out. I have never. And I just like kind of go out of his room and shut the door behind me.
Yep.
And honestly, like, about what time is it?
Oh, it's
like,
probably
30.
11 o'clock.
Yeah, Bryn's done. Bryn's gonna go to her room as well.
Okay.
Room number 7.
All right. So the additional information is that you did see the well, actually, Glassdock is the only one that's going to be able to see this as the adventurers come in and meet with that alchemist. And you know that the group of party has a large human barbarian type, a fighter with a long sword and shield, a gnome cleric, and a half-elven ranger with a bow. and it's clearly they've been hired to do a job, and they're going to be able. They kind of take that out. The other thing that you notice is that there is sometime later in the evening, what appears to look like an older elven beggar comes in, just dirty cloak. The cloak is over these like nice fine clothing that have been aged and dirty for like it almost is like 100 years. He's just these fine clothes have patches in them and holes. There's rags at times. His blonde hair is starting to fall out a little bit, and he's just kind of coming around. And he's like, "You've got the coin for me? Anyone's got the coin for me?" And he's just kind of going around the bar and the tavern asking people for coin. This elf kind of walking around and asking for beggar. And the bartender, the owner is kind of, and people are kind of like, shove off it. And some of them are like, all right, here, and flips them over. And he's like, and you hear someone's like, "Rick, are you going to do a dance for the coin?" He's like, "Sir, do I really?" It's like, "If you want the coin." And it's pretty much, he kind of does a little dance. He's bad. He's like, and he gets a little coin. And it's very obvious that this guy is like the town beggar. He goes in and he literally comes in almost every night, asks for coin, barely gets anything, but some of the people recognize him on a regular basis. And then he just kind of leaves.
Okay. As he's kind of going around from group to group and stuff, as I head up to my room, I'll walk past him, and without saying anything, I'll flip him a gold piece.
And he's like, "Oh, bless you." Oh. And he goes right to the bar, shoves the thing, and he just gets a big gallon, and he's just like, "Take it out." And he's like, and he just takes the big alcohol and goes outside.
Attaboy.
There we go.
Attaboy.
Yep.
I'll have one of your largest alcohols, please.
It's literally, it's
like a bucket.
It's in a to-go type, nothing, not in a normal mug.
God.
Is it like he knows that it's not coming back.
Oh God. Is it like the all sorts from like Gangs in New York? Is it like all the like leftover?
No. This is a good, it's a
good?
medium, but it's a huge.
Oh, it's gold.
Yeah, it's a huge tanker, but it's like it's not an expensive tanker. It looks like it was just put together to hold something, and then he just filled it up and then gave it to him, knowing full well that he's probably not going to get back, or he might. But he's got to clean it. It's been sitting. It'll sit in the gutter for all night. So, but yeah. It looks, as you watch this, it's just routine. Like, this is an every night thing for decades that this has happened.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, like I said, I'll walk past him.
He's just overjoyed by that.
And I want to kind of make sure that there's some facial recognition, like, because I mean, if he's been doing this for so long, this is who we're going to pump for information later on for stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm basically establishing,
wow.
a point of contact.
So it wasn't just for the greater good.
Oh God, no. I knew exactly what he was going to spend it on.
There is a reason for this, and it's not altruism.
And that is a smart way. So,
attaboy. Attaboy.
I would like everyone to give me a perception check or a history check.
Oh God.
Whichever you would like.
Jesus. Nat 1.
No freaking way.
I am surging into the lead.
Why are you?
I am asleep.
Why?
I am very drunk.
Why are you still using that dice?
I got a 15.
Because
I got a 19.
It's like that scene in Office Space. As soon as I change lanes, as soon as I change dice, I'm going to start rolling ones with that one. So I'm getting all the ones out of that one right
Carrie, I'm going to have to figure out some way of getting a set of these to you, but
please do. I will give you my address later on.
They are Blackbeard's revenge dice. They've got little skulls and crossbones on.
Oh, cool.
So yeah,
They are gorgeous.
Yeah,
I
get-
collect
oh.
dice. I have so
okay,
many.
yeah. Tell you
Okay.
what, it'll be an early Christmas present from
Christmas
me.
is coming.
Oh, how nice.
Um,
So excited.
so Avira, what was your roll?
19 in the history check.
All right, and then Glassstock.
15.
All right. I will reveal that information later. No problem.
My throat slit.
Yeah.
It's done.
No, nothing like that.
It's been fun, guys.
Nothing like that. So the
All
night
right.
goes. Eventually, Glassstock, you go up and get your night's sleep and your rest and everything. So you get a good night's sleep. This has been one of those nights where it's a good old. You've been on the road for a week. You're like you finally
Sleeping in a real bed.
Real bed. You're comfortable. You've got a good strong buzz going. And the next
There's
morning,
a snoring elf next door.
you get a snoring elf next door, but you get everyone gets a nice long rest. You get some sleep in, all good. Now, the sun comes up. It's the morning time. Avero, I need a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh, Mr. Man.
that's fair.
I remember my first beer.
Dirty 20.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, he's young. The man
You,
is young.
you are
He's
young.
indestructible.
Totally fine.
You're like that hot toddy was like you just figured out first time you've ever had a hot toddy, but you don't get a hangover from it.
There you go.
Unlike those hot, you like strong drink, you get hangovers from beers and sometimes the wines, but this is a hard
wine,
liquor.
yeah.
You don't get hangovers from this.
Just an FYI, Jay, for when you do come out to this area next time,
Yeah.
I'll take you to the Ship down in Fullerton, which is an old English bar.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, Trust me.
I'm unfortunately this year I'm not making it to California.
no,
for
I know that,
Christmas,
but
but I'm figuring out a plan. I'm be hitting California shortly.
Okay.
Soon.
so yeah, if you guys, if any of you are ever in Southern California in the LA Orange County area,
Mhm.
it's a place called
Look you
Yield
up.
Ship that is literally an English pub.
Oh yes.
Awesome.
They've
Awesome.
won every year. The local newspaper does a best of kind of thing, and they have won the best fish and chips in Orange County like 12 years running.
I
Oh, wow.
love really, really good fish and chips.
All right.
they don't-
My
Well, next
favorite.
time y'all are in Minneapolis, we have the Anchor Fish and Chips, which is run by some Irish people. And
Oh,
is
there we go. Yeah.
I've ever had in my life, and I've been to Ireland, I've been to England, I've been to
February.
Scotland, I've been.
I'll be there February.
Definitely go to the Anchor, man. So that's the best fish and chips on the planet.
Well, we have
So-
fighting words. So we're like-
Fish and chips exchange.
there we go. So the next morning wakes up. The sun is coming up. You meet. I'm assuming you're going to meet up in the morning, or who's waking up? Who's waking each other up? And
Well, some of us are going to meet up in the morning.
okay,
The hero's an early riser.
yeah.
I eventually wake up.
The hero's actually downstairs reading.
Great.
I mean, I think.
Bryn still has to get over her depression for losing all the money.
I'm just laying there. It's like, I just don't want to get out of bed today.
The hero's up at dawn, and he is downstairs. He's drinking his tea, and he's reading his book. He's ordered breakfast from the bar.
Mhm.
which shocks Glassstock that you're up so early.
I kind of stumbled down the stairs. I imagine the patrons are not like frequenting the bar yet, but like I'm down there and I'm like,
the people that are staying will come down for the bar. There's one or two people that kind of come in to have breakfast before they go out to their day, because it is, I mean, and it's a more of a unique type breakfasts. So there's there's breakfast, lunch, and dinners here as well, because like it's a full tavern process. They do even have some rations to go, like some meats, jerkies, and stuff like that you can
Hardtack, things like that.
yeah, stuff like that. So you meet up in the morning. Anything special?
So I'll relay to the two of them what happened with the alchemist guy and the group of adventurers that came in, and
Clearly, you hired him for a job.
and they took the box, which I was hoping we would find out what the box was, but oh well. And then I tell them about the beggar and let them know that I gave him a little coin, so hopefully that, well, if we ever need a favor, he might be around.
We just lost Carrie.
Sorry, buddies. I'm back. I suck. I'm the worst.
No, you're not.
My bad.
You're fine.
Can you hear me?
It happened. Yep, we can hear you now.
Of course, Jay made a big deal oh, I might lose the
It's going to
internet.
happen at such and such a time.
I'm sorry. That's an @1 for me.
That's okay. That's why I can, adjust the cameras so nicely.
Sorry about that. Are we still live?
Oh,
Everything good?
Yeah, it
I'm
looks
sorry.
like we're live. Oh yeah, we're still live.
Okay. Sorry, everybody.
No,
My internet sucks.
Live theater.
that's what it's all about. So,
Cha-cha. I was about to order fish and chips. If
For
it's any in
breakfast?
between. No time of the day is the wrong time for fish and chips.
Yeah.
Evira raises his tea mug.
It's chicken and
clicks.
waffles, man. It's like anything can be. I want a fish and chips, and I want just a little drizzle of maple syrup on it.
No, see, Glassdock would order like a true British style breakfast,
Ooh, like a
with
full English.
Oh
Attaboy.
yeah.
Attaboy.
Beans and the mushrooms.
Oh yes, with the beans,
The black
Blood
pudding.
sausage and
the fried tomatoes.
oh yeah.
Forget about it.
hey, we're back and everyone's in their right spot, so we're good.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry again, guys.
Hey,
Don't be. It was
it's
not your fault.
It's internet, and like I said, I have internet issues all the time. We don't control that, so no worries at all. Hey, we're still
Thank you.
playing. So yeah, you meet down, and early in the morning, there's someone that's already down there. A different wait staff, the day staff, are there for breakfast. But shortly after you start eating, Lankus, the owner, comes in, and he kind of comes down from the back and is getting up. He's like greeting everyone. He's like, hey, and just kind of the normal greeting, just jovial. He's like I said, he's in his 50s. He's got that gray. He's 6 foot plus, human, muscular. He's been here. You're pretty sure he's owned this for a few decades. Maybe 1 or 2 decades. He took over it. It's a passion of his to take over. And it's clear that this has had multiple owners, and you're pretty sure there's a tradition, and it only sold to people that want to own and will make it thrive. So,
Okay.
and you're pretty sure he worked his way up to own it. It's kind of one of those things where he was probably a busser and then a cook, and he worked his way up to become the owner. So it's one of those traditions that has in there.
Cool.
But yeah, so you're meeting in the morning, your breakfast is there, discussions, conversations, anything like that?
I want some Irish cream in my coffee.
Definitely available.
Yes, I have that. And then I'm just kind of looking around at is Glassdock down? Did we establish that?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I look around at the boys and I'm like, so where to next?
Well, after we've had our fill, let's head over to the guild and pull our first job.
Yes.
Good idea.
I really think that the foraging in the swamp is an excellent opportunity for us. I really do believe so. I think it would be a wonderful quest.
Shh.
I'm not sure
Finish
you
your
can.
tea.
I'm not sure you can. Yeah. As he's taking a drink, Bryn even puts her hand on the bottom of his mug and tips it further up into his mouth. And as she's doing that, she says to Glassdock and technically to him I forgot your name, Jeff. I just said it. Aviro. And I just say I'm not sure you can count mushroom foraging as a quest. That is a job. I'm down for exploring a dwarven mine. That sounds more my speed. I don't know. Glassdock, what about you?
Glassdock, shovels the last of his beans onto his piece of toast and sticks it in his mouth. He's already pushing himself up from the table and talking with his mouth full. Let's go. he's heading towards the door.
Well, hold on. We have to all be ready and have a plan. Should we Well, I guess there is a some sort of urgency. We have to go get the thing off the board.
Yeah, we have to go talk to our guild person, helper, whatever she
We
is.
could ask our liaison at the guild.
Yeah, her.
We could ask
Lisa.
her if she thinks that we could. Yeah, we could ask her if she thinks that that's our speed. But I mean, I think it is. Aviro, if you are outvoted, would you be able to, gut up and come with us into the mine?
Yes. Democratic organization. If I am outvoted, I will, of course, abide by the decision made by the collective.
Yes.
It'll be
Peaceful
good for you.
Transfer of power is very important.
Dwarven mines are proven to be very good for the the hot.
Yeah. Bad for the lungs. Good.
I don't think you have actually any training in physiology at all.
He's a dwarf. He knows what the dwarven mines are like.
And
all right. Well, let's be off then.
I before we go, I go over to the bartender and ask him for a drink to go.
Ah, he's like, yep.
And as everybody's on their way out, I kind of lean to the bartender and I'm like, hey, just real quick, if anybody comes here looking for me, Brinziel Broad River, I was here. Just throwing that out there, mental note. If anybody comes looking for me, I was here. You can tell them.
Broad River.
Yeah, Brinziel Broad River.
Okay.
You can call me Bryn. Most people call me Bryn.
And your dwarven friend, what was his name?
Glassstock Steelcloak.
Steelcloak. And you're with Starborn?
Yeah, we're with him. At least we can say that as long as he's buying the drinks, eh?
Hey, yeah, definitely. Okay, yeah, sure. I'll take note. Thank you.
Thank you. And I then kind of start heading out with the boys.
And with your 13, you notice that the bartender turns over and talks to Lankus, the owner, and he's like, they have an interesting exchange of like, almost as like, am I seeing things? Isn't that, I swear, they're really, isn't that them? Or am I just, no, that can't be. And he's like, the other one, yes, definite, probably looks a lot like it, but probably not, So there's just a conversation of that you just, and then that's all you hear as you walk out the tavern.
Interesting. Let's go to the job board, boys.
So half a block away, like I said, it's not too far away, and you've seen the entrance of the Adventurers Guild, this beautiful 3-story, 4-story building, that there, you walk in and the desks are there and there's a tavern to the left, and it's a bit busy right now with several adventurers eating and enjoying their breakfast time. The job board's to the right, and you've got your advisor's desk, this long desk where many advisors, and there's offices in the back down there. What do you want to do?
We'll find our advisor.
After a minute or two, you see her, and she kind of is like, our Ina, E'*NA, comes up, and she's the elvish, half elven. It's like, oh, hello, welcome. Have you decided you're going to stick with your group name? Again, you can change it in time. It might cost you a little bit, but Nat Ones, is that the name you're going to stick with? You were going to...
No, I'm sorry. The natural one.
Oh, the natural ones. Okay.
Yes, because we are naturally suited to whatever challenge.
We're naturally the one.
We are naturally the ones. So the natural one.
Excellent. Okay. Yep. So have you decided on a job that you would like?
Yes, we would like to do the foraging in the swamp.
We would most definitely not like to do that. We want to go into the mines.
Oh.
I think we should have a vote. Foraging in the forest, yes. Foraging in the swamp, yes. Ina, you can vote, yes.
No.
You can't vote.
No. Dwarvish mines.
Okay. Excellent. Dorish Mines it is then. Well, as your advisor, I should let you know it is a copper level tier 1 job, but there is a potential for a tier 2 in that. So you might want to double check and make sure. The reason why you the search and rescue for the 4 adventurers that have gone missing, their original job was to investigate the mines for any goblins. Recent rumors that goblins were spotted around the mine, prompting the original job board request. The party consisted of 3 humans and a half elf that went in about 10 days ago, and they have not returned. Now, what's not unusual is that I'm sorry, my mistake. 15 days ago. It's been 15 days. Um, what's not unusual is that they were commissioned for about a week to be in the mines since they're searching the mines, and the mines are actually quite extensive. But you should prepare for at least a week or 2 for rations going into the mines as your advisor.
I'm sorry, 2 weeks underground.
Depending on how much you find, it might take you at least a week. Just in case, you might want to double that. Is always a recommendation, but clearly up to you.
Would you be able to get us a mule to carry supplies, food,
Unfortunately, no.
etc.?
You would have to purchase that through any of the stables and or thing. Rations aren't that heavy. They shouldn't be.
I mean, I'm sure they're not, but it's 2 weeks for 3 people. And one of them's Glassdock.
Again, a week is. You should take at least a minimum of a week, if not 2, just because you don't want to starve in there.
No shit.
So,
that's why I asked for the mule. I apologize.
Are we sure we don't want to do the foraging? Are we sure?
Yes.
100%.
That's about almost a week too.
Well, okay. Do you have a recommendation for a stable where we could rent a mule
Yes,
or buy a
there's
mule?
one probably, and points out to one in the city that there's a stable that you'll be able to do. So the other additional information, you'll be searching for a human female monk named Trin. There was a human male fighter named Kortuk Bree, Kortuk Bree. I'll put the names in Discord.
Thank you.
And then there was a human female wizard named Avon Rostakov, whose family is actually quite worried about her, and she's the one that's most. It's bad to say. The family is
valuable.
Yes, is one way to put it. The family is funding the quest to find her and the remnants. And then there is a half-elven male cleric of Solaris named Silar. If you have questions on the original mission, the original what's the word for? Quest that they had, you could talk to their advisor if you would like.
Who was their advisor?
Their advisor was Sakath, or Satha. That is Satha.
Satha.
I will be putting that in there as well.
Are they around here somewhere?
Yes,
now?
I can get her one moment. So clearly just investigate the mines, and they would be able to try to find some evidence and bring them back if you can, if they're still alive, which we hope that they can be.
Okay. I want to take this woman by the shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, the reason we are talking to you in the first. Well, what is her name again? I apologize.
Ina.
Ina. The reason we are asking you, based on what we've done and what the way we earned our way into the guild, do you think we can handle this? Do you think we're up to snuff?
Yes, I think you could. I believe you can. Mm-hmm. According to your documentations and stuff, yes, I believe you can.
But perhaps, do you think we are more suited to forage in a swamp?
Well, I would definitely give you that option as well, but it's
A
clearly that
trained
you.
chimp is more qualified to hunt mushrooms in a swamp,
Oh,
Avero.
come now. You've never met a strange chimp.
I suppose I haven't. We would love to talk with Satha if you can go.
He's got you
find
there.
I
her.
will, yes, I'll be able to get her in a moment. I'm looking. So, some additional information I was finding here is that
Yes.
the last information the adventurers were given is that there were reports of goblins in the mines on the 3rd level and beyond. That's depth, 3rd level beyond. There also was a new passageway found deep in the mine from the 2nd level corridor. And the mine went deep into the mine and opened up to a possible lost section that was damaged during a quake or flood. So, but so either those two locations is where they were going. They were going to search for these goblins at the time. And oh, and then just as she was finishing that conversation, you hear um goes, "Oh, Satha," and a human female with pinkish hair in her nice uniform with a bow tie, gray, kind of comes up and says, "Oh yes, oh yes."
Oh my god, amazing.
Yes. Oh, and it's like these adventurers are going to search for your party. Oh, thank goodness.
Oh my God, the pictures.
Yes, dude.
Hey, I love my anime.
No.
Yeah. So she's like, yes, please, if you can bring them back. They were very inexperienced, and they were, since they're goblins, they thought they would be able to handle it no problem.
Avero
Did
pulls
you
out.
tell them that? Sorry, go
Oh,
ahead.
sorry. Oh, I was
No,
going to
no,
say,
you.
Avero pulls out a quill and some parchment. Could we please have physical descriptions, height, weight, accoutrement, dress?
Yes, and she pulls out
last known whereabouts?
and she gives you the detailed descriptions of them.
Okay.
And what they're wearing and stuff like that. Yep. That takes a good 4 minutes of conversation.
Bryn kind of crosses her arms and looks at this girl with pink hair and is like, well, you were their advisor. Is there any penalty for you if they don't come home safe?
Possibly. There could be some reprimands, but realistically, it shouldn't have been an issue for them. Even though it was a tier 1, they should have been able to handle it. I just hope something terrible hasn't gone wrong.
It's been over 2 weeks and they're not home.
I know.
I don't think things are going right.
I know. That's the worry part.
Was this their first job?
No, it was their 3rd, I believe. 3rd or 4th. Their 3rd. Yes.
And did they have any issues at all in their previous job?
No, they did excellent. That's why there shouldn't have been any problems, because it was just an investigation process.
Is it possible that there was something other than goblins in that mine?
Reports indicated no, but we never know.
Hmm.
Can I do a history test on the mine
Yeah.
to see if I know anything about this particular mine?
Good call.
Please
Good
do.
call, dude. Yes.
21.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
So this is the Dwarven Mine is east of town, probably about 4 or 5 miles, maybe a little bit further. It was about 150 years ago, a little over 150 years ago. It was the dwarves came to town to the village of Saltmarsh and established the mine, and it was the symbol, or was the main economy for the village that some wanted the village to move towards, away from fishing and more into mining, because they were able to find lots of stuff there. So they poured the kingdom and everything poured a lot of resources into it. The dwarves clans came in. It was a profitable. They found gems and gold and metals and a lots of different stuff, and they mined it all. There were 3 incidents that happened in the mine. There was they ended up coming to a goblin, or there is an underground layer that was connected that they came across. So there was a adventurers were called to exterminate them. So there was a few miners that were killed at the beginning, but the adventurers came in and wiped out some goblin hordes. And then afterwards, there was a mining accident where section of the tier that they were expanding collapsed and flooded, and then it subsided. But some of the passageways were not able to get to again. And then over the course of more safety mining later on, they were able to access it to it. But then because of that incident, they started moving into a different direction. Eventually, the mine kind of dried up. They weren't able to find any more of the resources that they were looking for, the metals and the gold and stuff like that. And it was just a matter of going exploring. They didn't want to go too deep into and get close to the Underdark. And that was the third incident that really ended it, is that there was an encounter that they found some dark dwarves, and they were potentially accessed to some additional mines or additional locations, which potentially would have caused problems with the city. And there was a big uproar about this. They ended up closing and burying like half a section of a mine just so that there would be no links to anywhere from there. And then after that, they closed the mine up. But those sections are like beyond like level 5 to 6 and then way off. So those are, it kind of goes down 3 levels and then it just expands out. And it's just not spider webs, but more just kind of goes out in different directions. And like I said, there's one direction that they're looking at a potential, but yeah.
I relay all of this context to my party mates.
And I would say
as it clearly states in Ermentrude's History of Saltmarsh. Did no one else do the reading? Am I the only one that did the reading?
Didn't realize we had homework, Javiro.
the mine has been probably for a good 50 years has been dried up.
Okay. Dried up, or they just stopped?
Stopped and dried up and stopped.
Oh, okay. Okay, so it did actually dry up.
It pretty much dried up. That's why, that was one of the other reasons why they canceled it. So. And you want to know something? This would be a great time.
Of course I do. I want to know everything.
To take a break.
Hey!
We're going to take a quick break, everyone.
All right.
So nice. We will be right back. 5-10 minutes. So join us then.
Perfect.
Hello and welcome. Welcome. We are back. We just had a great, hilarious, just, it's timing. Everything is about timing.
You know how it is.
So, for those who are just
People with
joining
cats
us,
know how it is.
yeah, cats do know how it is. Thank you so much for the raid. We were on break, but we are back. So thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you for
Welcome,
that.
Raiders.
Thank you. Just to get you up to speed, Saltmarsh Legends, the 3 of them, they're in the city of Saltmarsh, 250 years in the future to Tuesday's game. There's been a spoiler, another spoiler that has already hit, one. So check out the VODs if you haven't seen them, if you haven't been watching, because there's at least one good spoiler that kicked in already.
Is it the painting?
No, that was last week's. Since I know it, there's something
I
else.
specifically called out not the party, but the people
Yeah,
earlier today.
Yep.
So, I mean, yeah.
There's already one spoiler, and it might be a book.
Oh, and a Vero.
Mm,
Yes, there might be a book or journal that's a spoiler. Anyways, we got a pair. One of the PCs got drunk, and then almost
No,
cost him.
that wasn't
Vero
drunk.
got drunk.
Okay, Vero got drunk.
And
Yeah.
he got sloshed.
Yeah, that was bad. So,
one time that happened. One time.
It happens to the best of us.
and so right now we're in the morning. You had breakfast, and you're at the Adventurers Guild, getting your first job, getting the information about going in the dwarven mines that are been abandoned to go search for some party members that are lost.
A question that I would have gotten from my history roll
Mhm.
about the mines. How long ago is it that it dried up? Like, how long has it been laying fallow?
About 50 years.
50. Okay.
About 50 years. Yeah. So
That's
And
enough
when you
time for
say
some spiders.
when you say dried up, do you mean like the material in the mine is
Mhm.
all gone, or do you mean actually dried up, like the flooded part of the mine is not flooded anymore?
both. So the mine,
Okay.
the mine has dried up. So there is no more resources, no more gold, no more metals, no
Okay.
more economy coming from the mine. And because
Okay.
of that, the mine was closed. But the section that was flooded and also that was kind of collapsed, they've dried up, so they're not as flooded anymore. There's some, so
Gotcha.
the sections that were completely flooded, you will not have access to because they've been completely. But there are some other areas that were damaged and that were partially flooded. Those that are still accessed are still wet, but they're not. You can pass them, but they're
not flooded.
they're not flooded,
Okay.
flooded, and you can tell that which section those are the damaged sections will be because there's a
Gotcha.
lot of debris and there. It's just unmistakable.
Okay.
So you're meeting with one of your advisor, Ina, has brought over the other advisors, the adventure party that you're looking for. That's missing in the mines. Their advisor comes over, and you've been speaking to her about, hey, what the information is. They were told that they were going to be searching. There were supposed to be they're looking for some goblins, and first level characters looking for some goblin. It shouldn't be too difficult, and that's where they're going to search the mines for some goblins and then come back out, and they've been gone for too long.
So I guess I want to head over to the stable to get a mule and start because we're going to be gone for maybe 2 weeks. We've got to be ready, right? I kind of look at the guys.
I'm already I carry on my backpack 10 days worth of rations.
That's not 2 weeks, Glassdog. What if we're in there for 14 days? You're going to get a little hungry.
Well, we'll just eat a Vero.
Hey,
Since we're a democratic society here,
I vote no.
yes, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I also vote no for eating
Thank
Vero.
you.
He'd be very gamey. He's not very muscular. Anyway, long story short, I think we should rent a mule and bring some stuff down into the mines with us.
You're
That
pretty
way we can make sure
the
we all have enough.
mule will not make it into the.
Is it too narrow?
Yeah, there's lots of sections.
Oh,
And there's
God,
carts.
I hate it.
And
Okay.
there's a rail system.
Oh, wow. Okay, then I kind of shrug and I'm like, well, I need to go to a store and get some trail rations. I'm almost out. So shall we go stock up? Take the morning and stock up, and then strike
Definitely.
out around
Yep.
noon?
I vote yes.
I also vote yes. That was my idea, so I suppose that was a given.
Yes.
All right. Well, how about we all meet back here at noon, and then we can take off right from here. Hey,
Mhm.
I'm gonna go to the general store and get some everything.
So the general store, not too far away, there is. Let me get the information on this one. It will be. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Uh-oh. There we go. Hitting the wrong button. All right. So in the town, I would say a little bit further down, there's Radix General Store. It's one of the oldest buildings in Saltmarsh as well. It's a large
Ooh.
structure that has been repaired countless times by countless owners, yet it remains to be the core of the general store. Simple weapons, adventuring gear, tools, skill kits, clothing, food, drink,
Nice.
every gear for mounts, transportation purchases can be done here. It's you've got some food, you got a little bit of bar on the porch. So definitely there is your very gracious looking dwarf, Reddick, who has been a staple in this city for years. Once an adventurer, now general store owner.
Amazing.
Of
He's
course.
got
Did he take
long
an arrow in
reddish hair and then keeps quite neat and contempt. And he has this nice, beautiful combed beard. He wears plain clothes, but likes outrageous hats.
I love him already. Hello.
Welcome!
Hello.
Oh, I love him even more now.
I kind of like recoil a little bit from his energy,
No,
and I'm just.
sorry. My employees tell me I'm too rambunctious when I say this, and when I greet newcomers into my shop. Hello, I'm Reddick. Reddick, welcome to Reddick's General Store. Are you looking for anything specific?
Yes, I am now acclimating, and I have to say I love your energy.
Oh,
Don't let your employees tell you otherwise.
I'm on a good day. Some days I'm not this energy, but today is a good day.
Good.
What can I
I'm
get
so
you?
happy to hear that. I need so many trail rations.
Oh.
I need like probably 2 weeks worth. Can you supply me with that?
Yes, we do. Are you looking for a particular which way you want to say? Flavor. Are you looking for elven, dwarven, human, gnomish, or you're just
I mean,
standard?
I don't need anything fancy.
Okay.
Nothing that's like vegan.
Okay.
If we could help it.
Well, like I
I just
said,
can't stand that stuff.
Just we've got the meats, we've got the porks, and we've
So no elven stuff.
Yes, indeed. The meats, definitely. I honestly tend towards the dwarvish rations if you can help it.
We've got a little bit of specialties on that one. Any other gear that you need, or anything else that I can supply you with?
You don't sell any weapons here, do you? Or do you?
And he looks over. My dear, we don't sell weapons. No. Now, mind you, we do not sell any magical weapons. You'll have to go to something else.
Somewhere else. I'm sure I can find it. I don't need any magical weapons. I don't like that stuff too much.
Sorry about that. Family situation, but all taken
It's
care of.
all right.
So, anyways, yes.
Dwarven children are screaming in the back
they're in
room
the
of
back.
the store.
Oh, not again. Anyways,
Dwarves must be Catholic. They just have 15 kids running around.
Just I picture the guy from Frozen. You know the woohoo.
Yes,
just a tad
whatever
down
that
from
character was.
Just a tad down from that. With this beautiful big hat.
Oh,
and
I
you're
love
pretty
him.
sure he may have been rogue to rogue. He kind of gives you a thief can for a second. Like, what are you looking for?
Nice. Yeah, I kind of say, well, I just need a bow, nothing terribly special, and I kind of give
yes.
him a wink, and there's my thieves' cant.
Yep.
Like, if he can get me a nice-ish bow, I'd like that.
Definitely. More of a right here. Yep, perfect.
Mm-hmm. And I kind of look at what he's given me. I'm like, and I examine it. Does it seem like it's
Yeah,
okay?
it's pretty
Okay,
standard.
it's
Yep,
a bow.
it's
And
good.
does he have arrows here? I
Of
assume.
course, of course.
Okay, I'll take like a quiver of 20 arrows and
Excellent.
this bow.
Yes.
So how much for the whole the rations, the bow, the quiver, the
Oh,
arrows?
let me look at the pricing here. Let me go and take the 1 and 2 and
Math is very hard.
go
Take your
and put
time.
here and there. Um Standard pricing for such things, I believe. Let's see. Your weapons, how much does what is the bow going for these days? As I'm looking now on D&D Beyond going, okay, where am I? Oh,
I
is
say
this a
like
short bow or a long bow?
a long bow.
Oh, it's definitely a long bow.
I kind of Bryn sort of looks down and it's like probably 5 feet long, and she's like, long.
So it's gonna be 55 gold pieces with the quiver, giving you a discount for the first time shoppers.
Well, okay. 55, you said.
55 for the bow and quiver of 20.
You sure I can't talk you down to about 45? We're about to head
Oh.
down into the old dwarven mines.
Oh,
If we
you
find
are.
anything, I could surely bring it back.
You know, I've been in those mines myself. I knew exactly what you're going to be. 55, 54.
45, and I bring you back any treasures we find in the mine. We are
Oh.
going down to the deepest levels.
Oh, you are there. Ooh, you are very into. Give me a persuasion roll with advantage.
That was the bigger laugh he just had.
That is a 21.
Ooh, there we go.
Oh, he's like,
No one this time.
no one on this one. Yeah, he's like,
Oh, sir.
oh dear, you are going to find something down there. I can just feel it. Are you just giving me some simple words there? Or are you actually going to bring something back for me?
Certainly not. I'm a woman of my word. If we find
Aha.
anything down there, it's yours.
Well,
Give
anything
him a thieves'
valuable
Give him a
because I
thieves'
know.
symbol of trustworthiness.
Yeah.
I give him kind of a wink. That's my thieves' cant.
I see. 45 then. And one additional condition, you grace my shop again to purchase some other things in the future. Not the
course, I will
market,
be.
but here.
No, I'll be sure to refer everybody to you.
Of course you will.
I
45
pay him
then.
my 45.
Yes.
Sick. Awesome.
Alright.
I get all my crap and I head. Actually, I'm probably a little early. This didn't take that long. So I head back to the bar for a pre-adventure pregame.
You see the city, beautiful again. The city, the temple. You walk past the large temples and the big
I
flames.
kind of take my time on the way back. I am just kind of looking at and enjoying this city and
lots and lots
just
of
looking at the people and like, yeah, very cool.
Aviro and Gustav.
Yeah, Aviro also gets rations. He probably goes with Bryn to wherever it was, Ranix.
I went to the bar.
He gets his rations, but then he goes to the library and he's trying to check out books to take with him from the library.
Well, so the interesting part is there's really no major set library. There's probably a library in maybe the Merchants Guild, but more specifically in the one of the temples, specifically the magic devoted to the god of magic has a temple, or excuse me, a library inside. And I'm getting you that information again. If I could find it, which weird. I had it, but it's not showing up real quick. The Merchant Guild And
Bryn is ordering something lighter today, an IPA. She's also getting some maybe some lettuce wraps, like you get at PF Chang's or something.
okay.
Like something light, but something also that will keep her full throughout the day. And I'm buying you time, Jay. You're welcome.
Yes, I'm
Pork
definitely
and cabbage, and it's got some spices in there that she doesn't even know where these came from. Like these are stuff she has never tried before, and it's great. She's planning on coming back to this bar, and she's thinking about how she got one over on that shopkeeper. Though she's not super dishonest. She's planning on giving him whatever they find in the mine, but doesn't know if they're going to find anything down there.
All righty. So the temple, it is the temple of the magic deity of Mistra is here. And in this, it's a large built-in temple. It's more toward in the center. 5-story tower, pale blue marble, decorated with the eastern face of like a temple, and a continual flame bowl, just continually all the time. The things that you notice is that there's a lot of acolytes running around. This is also the guild house for the Mage Guild. Is located in here as well. And they also provide magic items and healing potions as well. And more appropriately, they do have a large section of a magical library that is an old town library. The books from the old town library are kept here, and only the faithful can pursue the stacks without paying a fee to enter.
Hot diggity. So another thing.
How do I convince them that I am the faithful? Next steps.
I have a thing because of my acolyte. No, not acolyte. My background. Curse you, D&D Beyond. I don't know how you work. Class features. Nope. I have a thing where I get. Because I'm a cloistered scholar, I get access to libraries.
Okay, yeah. So you have a pass. So you can go to different cities, and you get basically it's a guest pass to go to magical libraries and look. You don't have to pay the gold piece fee. You have a.
It's like the Disney armband.
Yeah, pretty much.
Scan it on the way in the door.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he sees a book that he hasn't read, and so he checks it out for his trip.
Oh my God.
You do have to provide information on where you're staying and all that to be able to check this book out.
Sure, he does so.
And you have a 3-day or it's generally only 3 days to have the book out, but if you do an extension of a week, you could do that for 5 gold.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Wow.
We think we might be there. He declines.
And other than that, if you don't return it, there will be a late fee.
Yes, and I never had a late fee in my life, sir.
I just say we all came here for escapism, and we are talking about library fees. I'm just throwing that out there. This is delightful. But we're like, man, I don't know if I can pay that extra 75 cents for my library card to get the full access package. That's just a lot, man.
Yeah, Vero doesn't want to risk it. He doesn't want to risk it.
Can't. Your
Can't do it.
record is
Reputation
perfect.
and all.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, really.
You getting the dirty looks in the library, the Mages Guild? You can't have that.
Oh, definitely.
I shall return, however.
Yes.
I shall return, however. Thank you so much. I'm very excited to know that you're here.
And if this would be the location if you wanted to become part of the Mage Guild.
Gotcha. Good to know.
I have one quick question before we get to Glassdock. Is there any street vendors that are? I lied about the lettuce wraps. Are there any street vendors selling food?
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say like turkey legs.
Oh yeah.
That's probably like pasties
or fried dough or any.
Yeah.
Yep. There's all around the city and where you're not a problem. Yep.
I want to get like a pasty and I
Yeah.
want to sit like in a common area and just sort of people watch for a little while.
Perfect.
It's a while before noon.
Yeah, you're seeing
I'm just
it
that-
all. You're seeing it
doing.
all. Yeah, it's a city. You
Great.
like I said, sitting like Chicago, or you're
Yes,
looking at
yes.
Chicago by the metal beam, and you're sitting in the
Yes.
park,
Oh,
and you're just
dude, my
watching,
favorite spot.
and you're just kind of watching the people kind of come. You see different people. You see the townies. You see the tourists. You see the adventurers. You see the merchants come in and bringing their stuff in, and yeah, it's just a full array of blending, and you're seeing all kinds of species and races, and you're seeing some outer beings, and you see tieflings, and yeah, there's a tabaxi that occasionally kind of walks through. So yeah, this is like a cultural hub in the area.
I see like 10 of that shopkeeper's 30 children running around at some point. Like,
Probably.
got it.
Following a very haggard-looking nanny.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. What's Glassdog doing?
Yeah, what's Glassdock doing?
So I went back to the bar
Mm-hmm.
and, saddle up to the bar, order a drink. And as the bartender comes up, so we were told last night that, friends of the bar that were in a book, free room and board, blah, blah, blah. Do you guys have trail rations here?
Yeah, we could get you some.
Okay.
Damn it.
So they don't cost anything, right? Because we're in the book.
No, they cost. That's only for the room.
Damn it. Okay.
Nice try there, buddy.
Gary.
Serves you right.
But at a discount, correct?
A discount there. You get free room.
Make him roll something, Jay.
I'm going
mean-
to.
I
but
mean-
I'm making them work. I'm going to make them role play this out.
I mean, I tipped a gold last night for my buddy's tea, and then bought a round of drinks on the house last night. It's not like I don't have money. I'm bringing money in for you.
That's very true. But I didn't work last night. I'm the day shift guy. So, but I did
I'm sure
hear
you
about
heard
this a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what? This is the right time to give me that persuasion check.
And I'm gonna, act like I'm stretching and cracking my knuckles as I cast guidance on myself. And
Amazing.
I almost want to give you
Yes.
disadvantage because he's looking at you while you're
Nope.
doing this. But no, go ahead and roll.
20 without the guidance.
Oh, wow. He's kind of looking at you for a second and just kind of gives you a little bit. He kind of looks behind him. Kind of looks.
Oh, wait, I hit performance, but my persuasion is the exact same thing. So
Okay.
it still would have been a 20.
That's fine. So as he's kind of looking, he's like, all right. You were drinking pretty good last night, I heard. So, all right, we'll get you a little bit of that discount right now.
All
And
right.
he's kind of looking at it.
Nice.
He's like, kind of gets up. And he gives you like a good 25% discount.
Oh, okay. So if
Actually,
I
by that roll, no, you're getting a good 50% discount.
oh, nice.
Nice.
Over a
That's
20,
well.
24, yeah, you're getting a 20,
Well.
you're getting a half discount.
Yeah. So if I buy 2 weeks worth, it'd be 14 days. So that would be 7 gold pieces.
Okay. A half that, or is that the total?
No, that would be the total.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No
It
problem.
would normally be 14,
so
but
yeah.
half of
Yep.
that.
Half of that.
Okay. So just to be on the safe side, that means I'm carrying extra
Thanks,
for everybody.
buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Bryn appreciates your cautiousness.
Yeah. So I'm carrying 24 days worth of rations for you guys.
I'm carrying 20 days worth of rations.
Oh, you've got 20?
I'm carrying exactly 14, and I think I'm being cautious. I'm sure we won't be down there for too
A
long.
hero's nothing if not a planner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, any other equipment or any other things you want to get together? You meet back up.
Oh, sir.
Yeah, I'm good.
So, you make your way east.
I mean, I'm carrying 140 pounds worth of stuff, and I'm still unencumbered. So,
hey,
Correct.
that's pretty good.
Pretty damn good.
That's
So
pretty good.
you leave the gate to Saltmarsh, and as you get, the guards are there. Some carts are coming out, some carts are leaving, and you're taking the trail that you were going originally, and then you veer off a little bit to the to the right as the main road kind of continues. That where you came in from your original delivery job. But you kind of go off to a little bit more to the left, more towards the coast area. And as you're kind of moving towards the coast, you start walking and you pass. Actually, let me get you a better map. There we go. That's a better map to look at. So as you pass, you make your way down, and it looks like you're passing this old, rinky, just deserted looking manor on the bluff. The stone walls that's kind of surrounded it, and the gate is just got holes, and the gate's kind of, it's in disregard. At one time, it was probably a beautiful, beautiful manor. It was just absolutely gorgeous. But right now, it is just in disarray. You've heard stories that it's haunted, and you just make your way past it on your way to the mine, a few more miles down the road. And it's going to take you probably, 2, 3, about 5 hours ish to get down there.
okay.
That's not bad.
So it's going to be, like I said, you're going to be probably dinner
5 p.m.
5 p.m.
ish.
ish.
Dinner time.
Yeah. So
Now we rented horses to ride on.
no.
Oh, we walked.
Because we wouldn't be able to bring any animals with us into the mine. I want to
walk the whole way.
Yes, Saviro. It'll be fine. It'll be good for you. You'll put a little meat on your bones. That way, Glassstock and I have something to eat when we decide to eat you, eh? And I elbow him in the chest.
You have bony elbows.
Sorry.
So
I mean,
as you eventually get up and you see that this mine is a very large entrance, and it's, most of it has been covered up with boards, and there's 2 buildings just outside the entrance, one smaller, one a little bit larger, probably an office. And you can see that most of the mine, that's the dwarven company, it's blocked off. It's covered up, but there is a small section, probably just a little bit, just smaller than medium size. So to get in, you're going to actually kind of bend down and get in. But for medium sized creatures, you're able to get.
They're gonna have to bend down.
Yes, they're going to have to bend
yeah.
down.
What's this opening?
But there's enough space of the wood that boarded up, that moved, that you could get into the mine. There's one of the things you kind of notice is there's some trail rations. There was a fire outside a while that's been there for, like, people would come here and camp outside the mine. You've heard stories that kids tease each other about going into the mine, and can they spend
food
a
wrappers?
night? Yeah, exactly.
And,
Can they spend a night in the mine?
Maybe a condom.
oh God, Carrie, I was going the exact same area.
Sorry.
Same thing about the haunted house, but
there are like empty beer bottles and tankards there.
Yeah.
I am picturing this scene.
Yeah.
There are clearly like
This
we've
is
all lived this scene.
Yeah, this is the
I know right where that place is.
this is it. This is it. But
Awesome.
It's generally, and after you enter the mine, it's really that area. But when you get further in, they don't go further in.
Oh, okay.
So,
okay.
So it's just kind of in that first part entrance of the mine. So as you're kind of standing there looking at this, what are you going to do?
Are we inside?
I'm gonna.
We are in the main area.
If you want to go in to the main area, yep. You see.
Yeah, I would say let's at least go in
Okay.
to the front area, get away from the outside, and then set up a little camp for ourselves and kind of
That's smart.
get our bearings.
So
We should kind of, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
We should stay a little close-ish to the entrance. So if we need to make a fire, the smoke can escape.
Yeah, exactly.
So you kind of enter in right there on the map, and you can kind of start seeing that there's two kind of pathways that go. To the one to the left is where the rail system immediately goes. So it's like where carts are, and it travels in to the cave. And to the left, there's a little bit more walkway that kind of opens it up. And as you're looking, give you the good stuff. You should be able to see the mine.
Wow.
And as you look down, you can see that this is a very giant hole. And it goes down many levels, probably 3. And this rail system that the railroad tracks type for the carts go down and spiral down.
Spiral. Oh, wow. Okay. Dang. All right.
I say we just stay like right at the passageway split. Sorry.
No problem.
The missus must be home.
Love.
So right where the passageway splits, I think, if I know Jim, and I feel like I do, we should probably maybe make camp like right there for the night, because it's getting kind of late now. We're getting to the point where we need sleep and we need food, and smoke will be able to escape if we make a fire.
Perfect.
You're talking like here?
Yeah. Yes. Like right. Okay. Yes. Bingo.
Okay.
Which brings up the most obvious question. Are you going to have watch?
Yes.
Yes. Most definitely.
And what are the watch times? Since you're going to split it up into 3s, or are you going to split it up into 2 sections?
No,
3s.
3s.
Aviro will probably sleep first, since he only needs 4 hours of trance time. And then he can take second or third watch, whatever, but he'll be awake for at least 2 of them.
I'll take first watch, and I'll wake up Aviro.
And he'll take second watch, and then he'll wake up.
Yeah, and then I'll take
Last Doc for third.
Yeah.
Okay. Get those notes down. Alrighty. So as the evening, you get ready and you're looking, you can as you look over, I'm assuming you kind of go up to and just kind of check out the area a little bit where you can look down, just because you've got time, and you can see the down, and there's a little bit of an echo, but nothing too terrible.
I pick up a rock off the ground and cast light on it and just toss it down.
And you see it just fall, and it's a long way. I mean, it's several, like, it's almost like maybe a 50 to 100 each level, and it goes down like 3 levels. And it just, you hear this, it's like you throw it and you're waiting, you're waiting, and you're waiting. Pink, pink. And you hear this pink, 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 pink. Ping, 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 ping. The echo of it kind of.
Way to go, Pippin.
I elbow Bryn. What's that first step, eh? Huh?
Yeah, indeed. And I kind of like look over there, and I'm like, I mean, I'm sure this was a very effective mine. And I just sort of kind of go back, and I'm making my food, and just kind of keeping a wary eye sort of at all times. You would notice Bryn is quiet. Normally, like in the bar last night, she was very talkative and like felt more or less safe. But now she's sort of quiet and just sort of looking.
And the thing you realize is that the only way to get here is by the railroad that comes up or the bridge that goes across the major canyon or the major opening to the other side. So those are and as you look over too, you do realize that the way, oh, not that one. I don't want that one. I want review. That there's a stairwell that goes down over here that when you want to cross, when you cross this main bridge, there's a stairwell that goes down that brings you up to over here.
Okay. And that's to go up, not down?
No, it's all to go down. Everything is to go
it's
down.
all, okay. I apologize.
No
okay.
problem.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, everything goes down. So you notice eventually you're going to look, there's going to be a passageway to walk down here to the second level so you can actually walk down. This is going to get you down to this level, and then the tracks go down this way.
Okay.
To the next level. Oops.
Gotcha. Okay.
So the track just keeps spiraling as it goes down.
It spirals all 3 levels. So with that being said, I'm going to show you what the second level looks like because you can actually look down and see it. Just for my reference, you is the fog on right now? Fog of War?
I mean, I only see the top.
I can see everything.
Okay, you can see everything? Okay.
Yeah. I can see it.
Okay, so that it's not on. So yeah, so as you can see, this here, this section right here, this is where the second, if you went up, this would be where the first
the continuation.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then this goes down and then it just continues down to the next level. Yep. And then this stairwell right here is where the stairwell from the first level is.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Cool.
Oh yeah. And this is a great stopping point before we go into our night. As the night starts to go and the first watch begins. As 2 of them fall asleep in the mind and warming of adventure.
Nice. Heck yeah,
Thank
dude. Well
you,
done.
everyone, for joining us. Thank you for the raid that we had earlier. Ashenworks, so much. We greatly appreciate it. We are, we've been around, but we've been on hiatus for over a year. So we're looking at getting back up. So any chance you see us, please just give us a quick lurk. We greatly appreciate it. We're trying to tell a fun story, and hopefully you enjoy it. Enough of that. We're gonna introduce one thing. So we are in every other week. But next week, because we've got holidays coming in, we've got a scheduling conflict that comes in for myself. So then we will be back on the 8th of December, and then the 15th of December. Those will be our games for that month. So we'll keep looking for us on the socials. We'll let you know when that comes in. So that will be episode 3 is the 8th. Episode 4 will be on the 15th. And they will dive into the mines, and what will they find? Dun, dun, dun. But let's go around and who you are, where can you find me, plug something that you've got. We're going to start with Carrie.
Absolutely. I am Carrie. You can find me on Twitter. My handle is @Carrie Schultens. You can find me on Facebook. My real name is Carrie Schultens. You can find me on Mini Terrain Domain on Monday nights. I am in the Candlekeep Mysteries and I play Tira. We are going to be playing 2 more live sessions yet this month. And then the month of December, we are off, but we are playing some pre-recorded intro session. And I can actually share with you guys that mine, Tira's, will be the first. And that will be playing in that first off week in December. So that's pretty exciting. I also play in another stream called Dice Tales Live. We are on the Twitch channel Dice Tales Live. We are playing this Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern. And that is, again, on Dice Tales Live. And I'm just trying to think of anything else. On Big Bearded Nerd, I am playing in a game that M is running called Silent Sky. It is Call of Cthulhu. And M Davies is absolutely already stellar at running that, and they're doing a phenomenal job. And our next session is on the 1st of December. So most streams are off throughout December. We aren't. So here we go.
Excellent.
That's all I got.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much. Jeff, anything, where can we find you? Anything you would like to plug?
I am Jeff, and I have 0 social media presence, so you can't find me anywhere. Let's see, but I am
Man of mystery.
Man mystery.
Man mystery. But I'm also a puppeteer, and I recently was a puppeteer on a gig, and you can find the first episode of Spookly the Square Pumpkin on YouTube. It's for kids, but it's still kind of fun.
What's it called again, bud?
Spookly the Square Pumpkin, and if you just type that into YouTube, look for the one that has puppets, not the CG animated. It's the same people all involved, but one's animated and one has puppets, and I'm in the puppet one. So you can check me there, I suppose. You can also Google Transylvania Television. I'm a puppeteer on Transylvania Television, although we've not really done anything recently. So that's probably the most relevant stuff there.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jeff. And you know what? I'm gonna have some homework for our next session, because we're gonna get those. We're gonna provide some links for everyone who's watching us, so that you have a quick way of finding all of us.
Oh man, there you go.
Jim, what do you got?
So Jim, Hawkmere1 on Twitter. On Thursday nights, I play a Fate system game on the Blue Water Dragoons channel.
Nice.
Play a ranger / hunter / outdoorsman kind of guy. Sunday nights, this coming Sunday is episode 5 of our Shadowport Adventures on Big Bird Nerd. Jay is our wonderful game master on that, and we are in. You want to watch? We're in the process of robbing an old Camino cloning facility, and the Empire has shown up just as we were getting ready to leave.
Oh, lordy.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And of course, my character was the one that said, no, we got enough stuff. Let's go. And everybody else said, no, let's stay one more day. And so now, yeah. Anyway.
This is their fault, is what you're saying. Gotcha.
Definitely their fault.
Yeah. So.
Well, thank you so much. Hi, everyone. I am Jay, also known as Neopet3 on the socials. You can find me lurking in many chats, but on Sundays, as Jim had mentioned, I run Star Wars Shadowport Adventures on Big Beard Nerd. We are at season 2, part 1 finale this Sunday, and we'll see, will they get away with all the goodies, and what trauma, or what not trauma, but what backstory and obligation gets triggered by, because we already have a Night Sister who just found out she's a clone.
Yeah.
In the series.
That's
so
rough.
yeah.
That'll mess you up. That'll send you to a therapist, and that's fine.
For those of you who know Ricky, who plays in the mini terrain main game on Monday nights with Carrie, his sounds like it's going to be Ramiro's backstory that's going to come into play here.
There might be something, definitely.
Need some Ricky backstory. Hell yeah.
So additionally, on Tuesday nights is Legends of Saltmarsh on Mini Terrain Domain, and that is every other Tuesday. So not next Tuesday, but the week after, we will be running on Tuesday on Mini Terrain Domain. And right now we're at a 2-2 tie for spoilers. Dun dun dun. And then that Wednesday we will miss, but then the following Wednesday we're going to be making up, not on the 1st. So it would be November 30th. Will be Tuesday, November 30th. We're returning for Legends of the Saltmarsh. And then the 8th of December, we are back for the Saltmarsh Legends. Again, they're about 150 years apart. One's the village on Tuesdays, the city's on Wednesdays, and one might affect the other one, and the spoilers go back and forth. And we already had one person one crew is a little bit more chaotic, and I believe they're going with the
Screw you guys Monday night game.
Tuesday
night.
Screw you guys Tuesday night game.
So anyways, that is what we're doing. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. And one last thing, Big Reader Nerd this weekend is having a fundraiser on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights. Come and
Wow.
join them on. They are doing for the fundraiser for Planned Parenthood and female reproductive rights. So they're running a charity on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. But Saturday, I understand, Jake will be running a game. I believe it's Saturday night that it is supposed to be awesome. It is the Misfits of the Multiverse. It looks fun.
He described it as Guardians of the Galaxy meets D&D.
Yeah.
So I mean, how can that be bad?
Exactly.
Jake has been so kind to allow me to run on MTD Legends of Saltmarsh or Legends of Saltmarsh. So you have to check it out. So Big Bearded Nerd this weekend. Check out his socials, and it's Big Bearded Nerd 21 is the Twitch channel. So, and we'll get that sometime. I'll figure out how to be a professional and put all that stuff in chat. So again, thank you so much. Thank you, players, for joining us. You have an awesome week. Be good to each other, be kind, and have fun. And we will see you again later.
Thank you.